What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive-In. My name is Monkey.
It's your boy saying Prodigy, live and loaded.
I'm back here playing Fortnite because I haven't played this in literally months. There's so much new and I don't know what to do. I'm going to go over to the snowy section. Also,
How about
hi,
you die?
you can find and fucking see me because I have a camera set up. What the fuck is up? Sorry, you can't see Julian. He's on probation. I'm kidding. No, it's just too hard to
I mean, I was on probation. I'm off now.
It's just too hard to sync two cameras. But anyways, guys, we are here. We're going to be diving in today to a new independent console that's somewhat making waves, kind of, sort of. It's by Slightly Mad Studios, and it's called, I think it's called like the Mad Box console or something like that.
It's called the Mad Box. I'm trying to think about like commercial promotion right now. Mad Box.
Seriously though. Seriously. It looks crazy. It looks insane actually. It looks kind of dope. But oh my god, I'm sliding. Okay, so that's new. It looks definitely unique. But it also sounds hella ambitious.
So they said that it was going to be really lightweight. It was going to be travel easy. It was going to be, you know, something that people can like kind of get their hands on, blah, blah, blah. But I will let you go into the really ambitious part of this console.
Well, the really ambitious part that they've been talking about a lot actually pertains to VR. Because, oh, wow, I'm already out of ammo. They said that this console is going to be like the most powerful console ever built. They said it's going to be equivalent to a very fast PC, which sounds like something Trump would say. But I mean, it said it's designed to support the most major VR headsets and allow up to 90 frames per second per eye for virtual reality play. So, if you don't know what that means, basically that means there's going to be 90 frames per second each hitting both your eyeballs at the same time. Like, that is fucking insane. Like, so there hasn't been anything that's been like that. Like, even I think the HTC Vive Pro, I think, is the strongest one right now, and I think even that's only 60 frames. I could be wrong.
See, here's the thing: virtual reality is going to take over, and I don't know if I like it.
I'm all
going to be a fan of it. I was over my friend's house the other week, and he was using. You know how they have like a Samsung VR headset with like every Samsung phone or whatever.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I was using it, and I was literally like stumbling in the room, like almost knocking things over because of how real it felt. I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want this. This is too much. Like, this is too much immersion. All right. I like having my headphones, having my TV, being a little high. And, you know, just getting in that way, you know what I'm saying? I don't
That's
know.
totally fair.
But I will.
Okay, see, I've seen freaking one of my favorite movies of 2018. And by the way, if you missed the top videos of 2018, you can catch that on our channel.
Get the link, bitch.
I'll link to it in the video. But one of my favorite videos of 2018 was Ready Player One, and that dealt all with freaking VR, like insane full dive VR. Yeah. I think that's totally dope. I think that's insane, and I would be so happy with that. Like, oh my god, that amount of immersion is so cool. I mean, that along with like what was it, Sword Art Online? That was like the anime for full dive VR. But as of right now, like the only VR we got is like, you know, these random VR like stuff, like the HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, Samsung has their thing. But like this console, like, it's not specifically gearing itself towards just VR, but that was one of their so far that's one of their selling points for the console, is that it's like gonna be giving you allow up to 90 frames per second per eye, and that's just fucking insane. Like,
and I hope they can keep up to it, because The whole thing about hyping up a console is to tell you its best potential, but not tell you what's going to be realistically available.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
PS4 always does. Like when the hype for PS4 and Xbox One came out, it's like, oh yeah, 60 frames per second. But then like the games come out themselves, and you find a lot of times that the only thing that hits 60 frames per second is the PC.
Yeah, that's
PC
true.
is the only one that consistently hits 60 frames.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
It's really annoying.
Even with God of War had like 2 modes where you could do 60 frames per second at 1080p or 4K at 30 frames.
Right.
So it's like shit.
At least
so
try to give you an option, you know.
And yeah, and that whole thing, and they also said it was going to be system will allow 4K visuals as well, and that's something that I know a lot of fans want with next gen consoles, is like 4K native, because 4K is fucking beautiful.
But you also need the TV for it, so that's going to be at least $1,000 for all you people that don't know how TVs work.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly. You need a 4K TV to use 4K streaming or gaming or anything. If you don't have a 4K TV, it's absolutely pointless to get a 4K system. But
yeah, seriously.
Either way, the fact that this new Madbox system is boasting that is absolutely insane. Now, this was, if I'm not mistaken, I had the article up, and I will link to the article in the description down below, so y'all know what the fuck we're talking about. But this is the one I'm on is from GameSpot, so shout out to GameSpot. By the way, your YouTube channel is fucking fire. This was, I
don't know if I can support GameSpot. I heard they sold out a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, that's why everyone sells out. But this was written in January 4th.
Okay.
So they said earlier this week, apparently the CEO announced that they're developing a brand new console. And they actually have like a sort of a teaser, what it might look like type of thing. And it looks super cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the console looks dope. It's super small too. It's like the size of a Wii almost. Like the dimensions. It's a little bit thicker than a Wii, but the base size looks like it.
I do like that.
Yeah. Also, it has like an M in it, and that's kind of cool because it's Madbox.
Madbox.
No, but the design is
promotion going for days.
The design is hot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the design is fucking fire.
No, it is. I've seen it. It's really dope.
But at the same time, like, I've seen the like prototype designs for PlayStation, for fucking Xbox, and all of them. They never look like what they say they're gonna look like. You know what I mean?
Right. It's always super early production.
Yeah.
And then they change it later.
Like the prototype look for the PS4 was fucking edgy. It was sexy. It was futuristic as fuck. And then it looked like a more edgy version of the PlayStation 3.
I remember being 2011, and we were all like, "Oh my god, the first leaks of PlayStation 4!" Like, we were looking at it, she was like, "Yo, this shit look dope as fuck!" And then it came out in 2013, we were like, "Oh." I mean, it still looks dope, but this is different.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I either way, I love the idea of another console coming into the fray, because it would give us some diversity. Xbox and PlayStation have held like the console
the reins.
Crown. Yeah, they've held the reins for so long. I don't know if a newcomer can just come on and just be like, "Hey, what's up, guys?"
And that's the thing. This isn't the only one. Like, Atari is coming out with the VCS.
You told me about that.
So that's going to actually start off.
That
go ahead.
The Atari VCS leaked like last
year.
year.
It was like last year. It was like last year or late 2017 where they leaked that.
No, it was 2018. It was like June, I think, in 2018. I believe. I might be wrong about that. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah. They said they were going to have a bunch of... So apparently they're going to have a bunch... It's going to be like the PlayStation Classic, but better. Whereas like they're going to start off with all the old school games, but have plenty of new Atari games for you to buy. And then apparently they're like pairing with a lot of first AAA companies, but they're not saying who they're pairing with. Obviously, probably so nobody gets an idea or try to
exactly
put them in like a hole, you know what I mean, of like what they're going to come out with. So... I mean, Madbox, VCS, I don't know how they're going to... See, the VCS is supposed to compete with Nintendo. That's purely what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
and then
exactly. Well, yeah,
Madbox is supposed to compete with
everything else.
PlayStation and Xbox. Yeah, everything.
Like, Jesus Christ, I don't know how the hell they're going to do that. I mean, if this console is going to be as powerful as they're claiming it's going to be, then I could easily see it. However,
it's going to shut the whole gaming community down. They said in the article that it was supposed to be as powerful as a PC that's 2 years from now.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm just like,
far
what?
Ahead. So if they're reaching 90 frames and they can do this, then fine. But at the end of the day, that's going to shut down the whole gaming community.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Everybody, it's going to be a complete change. But if they don't, then that's going to be a lot of money wasted, and a lot of people are not going to like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if they don't do what they say.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like that's why I'm saying this sounds like too good to be true. Like it just sounds way too ambitious to actually be a real thing. I mean, I'm sure they're going to try their best at it, but this is okay, first of all, I'm going to be straight up with y'all. I've never heard of Slightly Mad Studios, like, ever.
I haven't either, to be honest. I haven't.
I've never heard of them before. I don't know how much funding they have. Like, Sony and Xbox, they're both owned by, or it's PlayStation and Xbox, they're owned by Sony and Microsoft. Like, these are two, like, huge guys. So, I mean, they can, like, whatever they usually say, it usually lives up to the expectation because holy shit. However, typically it lives up to the expectation.
Yeah.
Typically, because like sometimes they just spout bullshit. But even like Nintendo, like when they put out their shit, like you knew they could be trusted with what they were saying. But like Slightly Mad, I don't know how much funding they got. I don't know how much. Oh, I'm lagging so hard. Stop lagging.
And and that's the thing. I don't think that's my problem with people, like, not people, but with companies trying to put out consoles and trying to hype it up real big that are out of nowhere. Bro, it's kind of like a job resume. We, the gamers, are the employers. You, the game creators, are the employees. How are you going to try and sell me something when I don't know who the fuck you are?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, sorry. My camera's still having issues, so if I just go black for a moment, I apologize. I'm still trying to get this thing down. I don't know. Whatever.
Word.
Anyways,
Word. No, what I was saying is, like, the problem with these new consoles is that, like, we are so deep into the gaming community as of 2018 to the point where there's brand loyalty. And the only companies that have the reins are Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony.
Shit.
So if you're not them, you're going to have to put up a pretty goddamn good argument to spend $300 on a console that's not mainstream. So that's my only problem. Like, they got to really make it worth buying. They have to really step up their game if they're going to want to make a dent in the gaming community. Because you got Last of Us 2 coming for PlayStation. You got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming for Xbox One. What exactly is Madbox and Atari VCS going to contribute that's going to make people say, hey, what's up?
Exactly. You gotta bring something new to the table, otherwise you're going to be left behind the dust. However, a counter argument to that is, like, 2018, 2019, like the era we're in now, where video games is exploding. The video game industry is better than it's ever been. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
This is a perfect time to get introduce a brand new console into the fray.
That's why they're coming out with these new consoles right now, because esports has completely blown gaming up. Like, esports alone has brought in so much revenue and just so many eyes and so much attention.
Yeah, you're right.
Because finding game tournaments are just so exciting. I don't know what it is about them, but they're so exciting, and it's caught the attention of a lot of people. So the fact that they're trying to bringing in a new console is more than just selling games. It's more about the tournaments that it's going to be in. It's more about, the reception it's going to get, not only commercially but tournament-wise, professionally. All the gaming teams and all that. Like, you know who Sonic Fox is. Like, you think that you're trying to make a console for somebody like Sonic Fox to buy and, put themselves in? Well, you got to make it worth something. So that's my only thing. I feel like these consoles are good, and they are very ambitious, and they're very hungry. For money. They're starving because they're new. So they're trying to appease. They're trying to appease and make good with the community so they can get money. But I don't know how it's gonna happen with PS5 and the new Xbox console around the corner.
Also, it'll be definitely interesting. This is a whole nother issue with independent consoles, because every game is either made for PC, PlayStation, or Xbox.
Right.
A whole new independent console, or Switch, sorry. A whole new independent console means that you're going to have to make the game compatible with a whole new system.
Exactly.
And I don't know, I don't know how they're going to be able to swing that. Like, that's a whole thing. Like the Switch, that was fairly easy because they had the Wii already, and they just built off that.
Right.
Like Nintendo's been constantly building off of their own shit.
Right.
But an entirely new console they'll require an entirely new format to, make your games compatible on. And I don't know how the fuck that's going to work.
I am more than happy to welcome new generations. So
it'll be interesting to see what 2019 brings us in terms of new information for all these next-gen consoles, especially this new Madbox console. This one, if they're able to live up to what they're saying, this is going to be one of the most ambitious consoles ever made.
It's going to be revolutionary.
It'll be more powerful. It'll be more powerful than a top of the line PC. It can handle VR, 90 frames per second, 4K. That's gonna be fucking insane. And
it'll be better than the Omen PC.
I am 100% all for it. I do need to get a 4K TV though. That's actually why I didn't get a PS4 Pro. I'm just gonna close it out. Guys, what do you think about this new independent console that Slightly Mad's trying to put out? Do you think it's a little bit too ambitious? Do you think it's actually possible for a console to be this advanced? What do you think about the new Atari console as well? The VCS that's supposed to release, I think, somewhere around July 2019.
Yeah.
I'm also interested in that. Son of a bitch. So, what do you think about all of these consoles that are coming out? Do you think this is a good time for people to be making brand new consoles? Let us know all your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you're new,
that's a really good question.
If you like this video, please swipe right on that like button.
Give it a like.
If you're new to the channel and you want to see more of us diving into the latest news surrounding TV, video games, and movies, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get notified whenever our videos go live. Jules, thanks so much for going on today and not playing Fortnite because you don't have it right now.
Oh, fuck Fortnite, but I love you, Patrick, at any time.
Okay. Ladies and gents, stay excellent, and we'll see you in the next dive-in.